Peace, God.
Peace, God.
Introduce yourself.
My name is Lord Jamel. I come in the glorious name of Lord Jamel God Akbar You Allah. That's my family name. All my seeds is named Akbar You Allah.
How many seeds you got, God?
I got 3 sons and 2 daughters.
Wow, seeds. Peace, God. Build on, when did you get knowledge, God?
I got knowledge in 1975, March 28th.
And can you take me through that, like your experience of getting knowledge of this show?
Well, I was already in the mosque, right? Temple number 7C in Medina.
Was your family Muslim or?
No. The brother who gave me knowledge, his family was Muslim. And his pops was like the pops that took us to Coney Island and bought us hot dogs and, let us ride around in the car. So his pops was like the community pops. You know what I mean? Lord Shabu, his old dad, right? So he was the one who introduced us to the mosque. So I went to the mosque with Shabu and his father, right? And then Shabu got locked up, so I was still going to the mosque every now and then and still hanging with his dad.
How old were you?
13.
13. And what was your impression of the mosque at that time, at 13 years old? Like,
my impression of the mosque, see, when my father had already given me the message to the black man, and
this is your old dad.
My old dad had already given me message to the black man and the Prophet, the book by Khalil Gibran. You know what I mean? So I already knew a little bit about it. You know what I mean? Before I even went into the mosque, right? And then when I got exposed to the mosque, it was peace to me. It was like, yo, this is stuff that everybody needs to know, and I don't know why nobody was never teaching us this before. You know what I mean? This is during the day when Elijah Muhammad was alive. So the mosque was really strong, and it had a lot of structure, you know what I mean, and a lot of numbers. There was a lot of Muslims back in those days, especially in my community because we were so close to Temple 7C.
So you, and what year did you get going into the mosque?
1973.
1973. So you spent like 2 years in the mosque.
Indeed.
Okay, and you said that it was a real peace experience, and did you get into any lessons at that time, or?
The only lessons that we really got into was like the 1 to 36 and a little bit of the 1 to 10. The 1 to 10 was studied like a class, right? And the 1 to 36 was kind of like a bedtime story. Just a story that they had told.
A bedtime story.
Indeed.
In the C lesson.
Remember, I was very, very young. When we was doing like the junior FOI classes, they was teaching us stuff that, look, I got a professional mom and dad, so that stuff was like stuff that I already knew. All right, so they would teach you how to sit at a table, the different postures, sitting in the 7 points, you know what I mean, or like sitting in a square and sitting up straight, and how to use a table, how to use a knife and a fork, and how to set a table, you know what I mean, how to stand in your square and 5-point star, stuff like that, you know what I mean?
Basic etiquette.
Right. So to me, it was like, I don't even get it, what all of this is about. But it's like, okay, to be a part of something, I'm down. I was a gang member before that. So now all of a sudden...
Before 13, you was a gang member.
Indeed.
Wow.
So it's like, before that, it's like, okay, now here's something else that I could be a part of that's teaching us to be right. You know what I mean? That's teaching us to be true to ourselves, who we really are. You know what I mean? So I was feeling that. 100%.
Right.
And as a matter of fact, I knew some of the gods. My physical brother was God at the time.
He's your older brother.
My older physical, right? And I would battle him, you know what I mean? Trying to tell him that like the Muslim ways was right, and he just some street dude doing it all wrong. True indeed. The gods used to tear me a new one on many, many occasions. Right, but because me and the God was at odds, I would never concede to that. I would always come with something else. And being as I was enormously book smart at the time. There's 2 different kinds of smart. Ramel, my physical, was one of them brothers who could not go to school and show up for the test and get 100. Me, if I don't go to school and don't study, I'm getting a 0, right? But what I was committed. So I didn't read just one book on the subject. I read every book on the subject. You know what I mean? So I'm committed. I'm driven. Right. You know what I mean? So that's where I had acquired a great deal of knowledge. And, I was bad when I was young, playing hooky from school and riding on the train and robbing and doing all gang life. Robbing and doing all that stuff. So I spent a lot of time on punishment. And when we was on punishment, you couldn't do anything, couldn't watch TV or listen to any music. The only thing that was to do was read. And since I had the encyclopedias, I read them all. Because that's what I like to do. You know what I mean? In fact, when I was younger, I was kind of a bookworm, right? And people would pick on me even though I was twice their size. This is before knowledge, before the mosque, before the gangs. People would pick on me, and even though I was twice their size. But the reality was that when somebody said, yo, if you take something from them, then those dudes over there stop picking on you. Right? So I was like, really? It's just that easy? So I went over there and robbed him, and that led me down the wrong path. You know what I mean? Because I was at 85%, so I was easily led in the wrong direction, but hard to be led in the right direction.
If Mecca did this,